Hello everybody, this is Adam from Wheel Guns for Women, and we're back today with a new gun. You see my wife, who's a very nice woman, got me this Derringer. I've never owned a Derringer before, and I've always wanted one because they're very interesting, and specifically I've always wanted a Bond Arms Derringer because these things are massive. They're beefy, bulky. You can use them like a brass knuckle or something, probably. You know, this thing weighs 19 ounces. That's twice as much as my Ruger LCP2, which is a 6-shot 380. Now, it comes in a pretty lackluster box, but it's cheap, so you don't get a nice case. That's how it works. So, however, even though it's cheap, as you can see, the machining's fine. From what I can tell, you know, everything seems okay. No blemishes, no, tooling marks or anything that I can really tell. Now, I have not shot this yet, and I'm very excited to shoot this because even though this is, to most people, a pretty antiquated and stupid design to carry nowadays, I've always just liked the way it looked, and I've been really interested in getting one. This one's chambered for .357 Magnum. I will not be shooting .357 Magnum loads out of it because that seems painful for no reason, just like shooting a lightweight .357 snub nose. I would mention this does weigh more than a lot of those ultralight Smith & Wessons and Rugers and such, and .357 Magnum, so shouldn't be too bad. But my plan for this is to run not .357 Magnum necessarily, but rather this. It's a CCI number 9 shot shell. So it's a little shotgun shell basically, but in a 38 special casing. And those BBs are just the perfect remedy for rattlesnakes, of which we have quite a few here in Idaho. And so yes, I got this gun mainly because it's cool and I wanted one. And why else? What other reason do I need? But I also do see some practical uses for it. For one, you could take this, you can put it in your coat pocket like this, and given that it has a crossbar safety and is single action only, it's pretty safe. If the safety's on, the hammer can't contact the primer, and so you're good. So you could just carry without a pocket holster, just keep it in your hand on it for the most part, and just walk around and go out to your mailbox, like this in the wintertime, just throw it in the jacket pocket, or if you're going to the gym perhaps, or you're going to just run down to the gas station or to Walmart real quick, and you don't want to carry your normal everyday carry for whatever reason, boom, you can do it this way. Also, instead of using it as a primary, you could also use it in an ankle holster. For instance, this Bulldog ankle holster, which fits most small Ruger LCP2 style guns, also fits this. And the strap fits nicely over the hammer. There you go, you can't see it. And so, perfectly safe to carry this way. So you would have this as a backup gun in case you have your primary run out of ammo or whatever. You have this on your ankle. So those are two uses. However, those are not what I would recommend buying this for. There are better guns for ankle holster gun. You can carry a snub nose. You can carry a really tiny Ruger LCP2 style pocket pistol. There are a lot of options that are better than a 2-shot Derringer. That said, those are normally chambered for 38 special or 380 ACP. This is .357 Magnum, and though you can get some ultralight revolvers, they're far and few between, and they cost a lot more than this. This, $270. It's cheap. I guess that's one of the other reasons to buy this. If that's all you have money-wise and you want a .357 Magnum, That's what you can get. Now, the main reason though, going back to this, and the reason I wanted it is for snakes. And this is much lighter and much less bulky than a Taurus Judge, which is really your only other option for snakes, and handgun wise. If you want to shoot shot shells, normally you shoot 410 out of a Taurus Judge. But this is a lot more compact. And really, hopefully you don't need more than 2 shots for a snake versus a human threat. And so I'm comfortable carrying this for snakes. And so that's the main reason I wanted this. And that, I think, is one of the only practical uses for this gun. Like, there aren't very many reasons you'd buy this over a pocket pistol of some sort of revolver. Ruger LCP. Now, the box does come with a user manual, and I would recommend reading that because this thing does require a little bit more manipulation, and the order of operations is a little bit more important than on, let's say, a snub-nose revolver or a pocket pistol. So what we have here is this lever, and you push it down, and that's what releases the barrels. Now, normally, you don't want to point and load a gun at yourself, right? So here it's fine, right? Because the barrels aren't lined up with any sort of firing pin. But how Bond Arms recommends doing this is taking the gun like this. And these are, just so everyone sees, these are not live rounds. These are snap caps. You put one snap cap in. So you load it, and then you close it, point it at the sky, turn it around, boom. And if you want to unload it, you go like this. That's how I think you're supposed to do it, at least. I will say one of the reasons I really wanted a Bond Arms was because I went onto their YouTube channel about a year ago, and I commented on a couple videos at like midnight my time, and they're over in Texas, which is another reason I like the company, because I'm from Texas. But I went on and I commented on the video. One of the comments was just, not really a question so much as just a comment, but the other one was a question. I was questioning whether or not I could use buffalo bore or Underwood, kind of higher pressure ammo in the guns, because at the time it was COVID and that's what was on the shelves. And whoever was managing their channel, I don't know if Gordon Bond manages the YouTube account himself or has some other employee do it, but whoever it was responded at like midnight, which that's good customer service. And they were very helpful. So I just wanted to give them a little bit of my business because of that too, but mainly because I think they're cool looking. Now, once you have it loaded, you have to cock the hammer back. It's a pretty heavy hammer. I would say it's about 7.5 pounds. And there's this cross bolt safety you push out from the other side. So now it's off safe. So you cock it back, you take it off safe. Then this trigger's weird. You have to push in and down. And it's easier to just use the pad of your finger rather than getting in there like this with the crease. That's actually recommended in the manual. Now you can't get a really great purchase because the grips are really small. So it's probably gonna kind of suck to shoot if I had to guess. But the trigger, it's really not that bad. It's a little spongy, but it's a little heavy, but it's for close range and not precision shooting, and so I'm not super worried. Anyways, once you've shot it, you can then put it back on safe because the hammer automatically rebounds and is kept off of where the primers are. And it's a safety feature. It's pretty smart, I think. Also allows you to re-engage the safety, no problem. And that way, if you have the second round in there that you don't want to shoot, you have the safety on, you just keep it pointing away from you, you can just dump it out. They do have an extractor here, and you can, push it. It's just a manual extractor, but that's how you get out cases that are a little stuck, because these are .38 specials, 357 magnums. They have a rim, so you can do that. Anyways, those are my initial impressions without shooting it, my motivations behind buying it, and really just the reasons I'm excited to go and shoot it. I will post a couple videos of me shooting it, and then a follow-up review of after 20 rounds or so, just to give a review of the shooting experience. So please stay tuned, like, and subscribe.